At St. Margaret Mary, we've got two courts. Court 1 is on the stage side, and Court 2 is on the logo side. Each post supporting the net is labeled Stage 1, Stage 2, Logo 1, and Logo 2. It's important to put the posts into the right hole in the gym floor, as the markings are designated for that particular pole and the height of that hole in the gym floor.
Okay, so to raise or lower the net, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to undo these straps on the inside. We need to take the tension off of the net. Okay? You move the white collar. Pull and you can release that. Okay. So to loosen the bottom tension, you move the collar back and you'll expose the hardware. This part right here needs to come out and this part goes this way. So one hand here, you pull, and then that loosens this side, okay? If you need to, you can unvelcro this. Get as much tension as you need. When you get the net back up and you're putting tension on the bottom, you let this side alone and you just pull this collar right here. You put your fingers right there and pull and give it just a little bit of a lean, and that'll be good. You put your collar back over the hardware. That way the players are protected. You're all set. Okay. To release the tension on the net, crank in, lines up, go to the left. Makes this cord longer, and it releases the tension at the top of the net. When you're ready to crank it back up, crank it to the right. Okay, so now this has just got tension on that part. Now we're going to lower the tension by turning the crank on the pole. Okay, so now we got a loose net. Okay. Support the top part and pull the pin. Now, you can raise this side to whatever height you need. In this case, we'll go up to 7/4. If you need to, release some more tension. Go up to the height you need. Take the pin, put the pin back in. That'll hold the pole. Now let's go to the other side. On the non-crank side, with the tension low on the net, support the post and pull the pin. Support the bottom of the post, pull the pin, and lift it up to the height that you need. In this case, we'll go up to 7/4 1/4. We'll line up the hole and we'll put the pin back in. Now you can crank the net back up. You can increase the tension. This is the point where you would want to measure the height of the net. Once you've measured and you've determined you've got the right height, start with the bottom strap and pull, giving yourself tension on the bottom part of the net. Put the collar back over and then fasten your straps. This side's now finished. Back on the non-crank side, tighten your straps. That's all there is to it. Put the pads back on and you're ready to go. Now let's lower the net. First thing we'll do is we'll release the straps. Move the collar, and we'll loosen the lower portion of the net. Now, we've got a loose bottom, and the top string is still tight. So we'll lower the tension on the net, by cranking it to make this rope longer. We're releasing the tension on the net. Now support the top post and pull the pin. Putting the net down to the desired height. In this case, we'll go to 6'6". We'll line up the holes and we'll put the pin in. Okay, on the non-crank side, we'll release the straps, loose net. Now we'll support the top and we'll pull the pin. Putting the net down to the desired height. In this case, we'll go to 6'6", line up the top, insert the pin. Now, with the net attached, we'll crank up the tension and we'll raise the net. At this point, you crank it up to the right height, measured in the middle. And then you tighten your straps. Okay. We'll fix this in just a second on the other side. On the non-crank side, pull the net over, making sure you're clearing the line, you've got room for your antenna, and then tighten your straps. Put the pad back up, and this side's all finished. On the crank side, take the crank out, put the pad up. Put the crank in the blue bag. At this point, you can readjust your antennas to make sure they go straight up and down on the line. Stand on the 10-foot line and look with the other 10-foot line and adjust these until they're straight up and down. And this side is done. When you're finished working on the net, put the crank in the bag.